What do I think of flying saucers? Well, I've never seen one.
Oh my, I don't disbelieve, but I'd like to see one in the daytime.
I believe they're real.
I don't think there's much to it.
I know a lot of people have seen them, and I kind of believe it.
I don't believe in them.
Ever since Ezekiel saw the wheel as related in the Bible, man has pondered some strange sights in the heavens, objects which defy explanation as natural phenomena. Though they're being called unidentified flying objects is relatively recent, reports of their presence are found throughout recorded history. Though they've been somewhat consistently reported in America since the 1890s, an especially concentrated series of sightings began in the United States in 1947. Well, are these things the products of overactive imaginations, or do they really exist? And if so, what are they? Well, the most recent and puzzling have occurred this spring in southern Michigan. The first of the current reports came from the Ann Arbor area. One of the first to observe them was Frank Mannor, school custodian living on farm property outside Dexter, Michigan, who gives details as corroborated by Dexter Police Chief Robert Taylor and his deputy, Officer Lee.
We were watching television. It was just it was dusk. It wasn't real dark. And so dogs were kicking up the fuss out there, so I just come out and give a yell at them. And when I turned around and looked, I'd say maybe 2,000 foot. I don't know exactly how far it was up there. There's a red glow coming down, real tremendous speed. And down there, right above them trees, it stopped. And a blue and a white light come on it. And I thought at first I was kind of seeing things there, and I waited a minute there, and pretty soon it just hauled up there a little while, and then finally settled down. Well, beyond them trees is a big swamp there, and it settled down in there.
Chief Taylor and I were riding around patrol here in the village of Dexter. Received a call from the Sheriff's Department stated that an unidentified object had been sighted out off McGinnis Road at Frank Manor Farm.
Well, we got to the Frank Manor Farm, and he met Mr. Manor as he took us around to the side porch, which overlooks the swamp, where Officer Lee and I got out the binoculars and looked down to the swamp. We saw this object down in the swamp.
The object looked like a pair of headlights, except it was spread farther out. And I couldn't see a clear outline. It was more of a dark mass than anything else.
It was flat on the bottom, and it was a pyramid-shaped looking thing, but there was either heat waves or some kind of a steam or something coming off that it made it kind of a, like it was a solid, a side look, but it looked pitted to me, like it was a pyramid-shaped looking thing. But with a light in the, well, we were looking at it, beyond the right-hand end of it was a blue light, and the one on the front was a white.
Through the binoculars, you could make out a mass with a light on either end of it. To your bare eyes, this object seemed like it emitted a solid light, which was between the two small lights on either end. This glowed red with different changing and pulsation from a dull red to a lighter red to a real brilliant red.
And just before my son spoke, that thing turned blood red. The whole thing. No, just the light in the front, but it had a kind of a halo, like it was really moving, but still in all we couldn't observe it moving. That's what the opinion would give to me. But it was like coral rock on the side, like it's pitted or something similar to that. But that thing sure moved when my son spoke like that. It was kind of a startling thing,
The deputies went off to the east, and Officer Lee and I went to the west. Searching around, we came to a high ridge. We came up on this high ridge, and we played our flashlight down where the object was.
Apparently it's seen their lights, their flashlight, and it went out just like that.
At that point, we heard this sound, like electronic sound take off, and it sounded like it shot up into the air.
Oh, the top of the house sounded like you'd been in a big tunnel and shot a high-powered rifle off, and the sing of that bullet to a terrific speed. Real high frequency sound. But these cattle here, they were way down in the field, and they came up. When we was going down, they were coming up bellowing this way. And that dog right there won't even go down in there. And that's all the last that we seen of it.